She used to hum when she cooked, not songs I recognized, just wordless, drifting melodies that floated through the rooms like ghostly lullabies. It was something I noticed in the early days, when love still felt like a fire catching on dry leaves, quick and wild. I used to think it meant she was happy, safe, settled. That soft hum was the sound of contentment, and I cherished it like a secret no one else could hear. But over time, I realized something strange. She only hummed when I wasn't in the room. If I stood at the kitchen door and listened, I'd hear it low and sweet, the notes bending slightly at the ends, as if pulled from another world. But the moment I stepped in, it stopped. She'd smile, quick and easy, and ask if I wanted coffee, or if I was hungry. I never asked her about the humming. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't want to break the spell. Or maybe deep down, I knew there was something behind it I wasn't ready to uncover. The first time I truly began to doubt her, it was a small thing. A lie so insignificant, it would have meant nothing. If it weren't for the fact that she didn't need to lie. I'd asked if she'd been home all day. She said yes, simple, routine. But there was a receipt on the table from a bookstore across town, time-stamped at 1:17 p.m. I held it up, and she laughed. Said she must have forgotten, said she popped out for just a moment, no big deal. But her laugh didn't reach her eyes, and she reached for the receipt a little too quickly, as though the paper might explode in my hands. I started watching more closely after that. Not in the way of a jealous husband. I didn't trail her or check her phone. I just paid attention, carefully, quietly. The way she avoided certain streets when we drove together, the way she tensed when the phone rang and didn't recognize the number. The way she always locked the bathroom door now, though she never used to. And then there were the nights. She began to fall asleep later than usual, lying on her side, her back to me. I'd lie there in the dark, eyes open, staring at the ceiling, counting the seconds between her breaths. Sometimes I'd reach for her, touch her shoulder lightly. She'd flinch, just a fraction, a pause. Then she'd roll toward me and smile like nothing was wrong. But I felt it, deep down, something was unraveling. It was the drawer that finally broke my trust. She had a drawer in her desk, just one, nothing special. But it was always locked, always. I asked her once what was in it, and she just said, old things. No explanation, just that. I didn't press, until one afternoon, when she left her keys on the counter. She'd gone out to the store, just a quick trip, she said. I don't know what possessed me, curiosity, maybe, or a creeping fear that had been growing inside me for months. Either way, I took the keys and unlocked the drawer. Inside was a single black notebook. It was old edges frayed, cover faded, and stained. I opened it slowly, expecting, I don't know, letters, maybe, photos. Instead I found pages filled with her handwriting, small and neat, as if she were trying to hide even from herself. The first page chilled me. If they ever find this, I hope they understand why I had to lie. What followed were entries, dated, consistent, detailing moments I couldn't explain. Meetings with someone she called only H. Money being transferred, times, dates, places. None of it made sense. The further I read, the colder I felt. There was mention of a storage unit I'd never heard of. A second phone I didn't know existed, and scattered through it all, cryptic phrases, like, he said I had no choice. If they come looking, I'll deny everything. No one can know what happened that night. I put the notebook back exactly how I found it, locked the drawer, put the keys back. When she came home, I watched her like a stranger would, her hair slightly tousled from the wind, her eyes tired but soft. She kissed my cheek, asked if I'd eaten. I nodded. She smiled. It was the same smile I'd fallen in love with. But I didn't feel the same. That night, I couldn't sleep. My thoughts churned, tumbling over themselves, trying to stitch a story out of fragments. What night? Who was H? What was she hiding? The next morning, I pretended to leave for work. I got in the car, drove 2 blocks, and parked. I waited. After 20 minutes, I saw her leave the house, lock the door, and walk briskly down the street. I followed. She didn't go to the store. She walked nearly a mile to a rundown apartment building on the edge of town. She glanced over her shoulder twice, then she disappeared inside. I waited, heart pounding, palms sweating against the steering wheel. 10 minutes. 15. 30. Then she came out, alone, but her face was pale, her steps hurried. When she got home that night, I asked her how her day was. She said she just stayed in, read a book, had some tea. I nodded. Something inside me cracked. The next day, I went back to the apartment building, found the unit she'd entered, knocked. No answer. I tried the handle. Locked. I walked around back, found the side window cracked open, slipped inside. The room was bare, no furniture, no signs of life, except for a single chair in the middle of the floor, and a duffel bag sitting beside it. I opened the bag. Inside were passports, 4 of them, all different names, all with her face. My legs nearly gave out. I sank onto the floor, heart hammering against my ribs, like a warning bell. I flipped through the passports, each with a different nationality, a different backstory. Who was she? I barely made it out, without screaming. I didn't confront her, not yet. I needed more, needed to know everything, before I acted. The truth was too slippery, too big to grasp all at once. That night, she hummed, just softly, in the kitchen. I stood outside the door, listening. The tune had changed, slower, sadder, like a dirge. When I stepped in, she stopped, looked up, smiled. But I saw the fear flicker behind her eyes, for just a moment, before she masked it. I said nothing. The next week was hell. I acted normal, played my part, but inside, I was crumbling. I began searching every corner of our house, every inch. She might have hidden something. I found the second phone beneath a loose floorboard, in the guest room. No contacts, just strings of text messages from a blocked number. Are you ready yet? You promised you'd leave him. Time is running out. And the last one. You know what happens if you don't. I couldn't breathe. I took the phone to work, copied everything, tried to trace the number. No luck. It was a burner, untraceable. Whoever was sending those messages, they were careful, too careful. That night, I watched her sleep. Her face looked peaceful, innocent. I wondered if I ever really knew her, or if the woman beside me had always been a shadow wearing the shape of someone I loved. Then something happened that I wasn't prepared for. She vanished. I came home from work, and the house was empty. Her phone was gone. Her car was gone. Every trace of her, erased, like she'd been a dream. I called the police, filed a report, but they found nothing. No traffic cameras, no credit card usage, no signs of struggle. She had simply disappeared. Days passed, then weeks. I stopped sleeping. My life unraveled. Friends stopped calling. Work piled up. And still I searched. I visited the apartment again. Empty, cleaned out. Not a single fingerprint left behind. Then one morning, I received a letter. No return address, just my name, handwritten. Inside a single page. I'm sorry. I never wanted to lie to you, but I had to disappear. They were watching us, watching you. I did everything to protect you, even if it meant becoming someone you couldn't recognize. Please don't look for me. If you love me, let me go. Trust that I did this for you. No signature. I read it 100 times, and still, I don't know who she was. The woman I loved, the woman I married, the woman who used to hum when she cooked. Was she running from someone? Was she a spy, a fugitive, a pawn in something bigger? I've played out every scenario, turned every stone, screamed into every void for answers, but silence is all that comes back. Some nights, I think I hear her humming again, drifting through the walls. I follow it, room to room, chasing the ghost of her, but there's never anyone there, just the memory of a melody I'll never forget. She's out there, somewhere, I feel it, and sometimes I still hope she'll come back. But most nights, I just sit in the dark, wondering which version of her was real, and which one was the lie.